Hi, welcome back to BRMC Healthy Connections. I'm Tobias. Again with me today is Jody Bodenhammer. Jody, why don't you tell us what's going on over at Rappel right now?
I have so much going on at Rappel right now, I don't even know where to start. Of course, we always have our regular scheduled diabetes education classes, and those are usually on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And that's for anybody who's newly diagnosed with diabetes or anybody that has maybe need some sort of a refresher or has had a change in their medical condition with their diabetes where they have some questions or maybe have some things that they need a little tune-up on.
What kind of topics do you normally cover in those types of things?
You know, the classes are just so, we have so many things to talk about. We talk about healthy eating, we talk about monitoring our blood sugars, we talk about medications, we talk about exercise and activity, problem solving, risk reduction, you name it. We try to cover just about every topic that is recommended from the American Diabetes Association, of course, for good, successful diabetes management. And with that comes, you know, it really depends on the class.
You're right.
We kind of let the class drive the bus as far as what we talk about every day, and we really just have such a great time with our patients, and their family members are always invited to come as well so that they can feel comfortable and also have that extra set of ears listening and catching that information as well. And they can hopefully get home and apply some of that information to some useful tools and tips that they can use to keep their blood sugars down and stay healthy.
What a great resource for our diabetics and the families of our diabetics in our area.
It is such a, I think, a humbling thing for me, and then also just to be part of the community support houses in general. You know, we talk about them so much with the Cancer Support House and the Meruck Center on Aging and the Schliemann Center for Women's Health. Now we've got the community paramedics hanging out with us, and always the Fairlamb Clinic. And so we just have such a dynamic outreach program for our hospital, and I'm just to get to be a little part of that, just a tiny little part of that. So it's so great. And doing our outreach programs as well, you know, we were talking before we started this program about some of the support groups and other types of activities that we have coming up as well. So I just so thankful to be able to have that support from the hospital.
Right, so tell us about some of those that are going on.
Well, our final support group of the year, we have a regularly scheduled support group for type 2 diabetes, and that always happens on the 4th Tuesday of each month. So this month it'll be October the 25th, and that's going to, we're going to host Wendy Barr. She's our pharmacist extraordinaire, what I would call her. She's great. She sits on our board. She works over at the Harps Pharmacy here in Mountain Home, and she's going to come and share with us some updates and information about diabetes medications, maybe some of the newer and the more current insulins and oral medications that are available, because I think a lot of people just feel like, oh, you know, gosh, I've been taking this medicine and it's supposed to work, and if it doesn't work, then I just don't know what other options are out there. And so we want folks to know about their medications and be able to ask that question to a pharmacist. That's such a great resource for, you know, anybody. And I encourage all of my patients to please visit with their pharmacy and their pharmacist about, you know, different, whether it's their diabetes medicines or any other new medications. You know, they're such a great asset to our medical community. And they do more and more and more each year for us. You know, we're going to the pharmacy and getting our flu shots now and all kinds of neat stuff. And so I just really appreciate Miss Wendy and her coming and being willing to share her knowledge and what she has to offer. And that support group is free and open to everybody. So no referrals, no paperwork, nothing like that. It's just a open forum that we have once a month. And again, it's always on the 4th Tuesday of each month at 5 p.m. And that is held over in the Lagerborg dining room at the hospital.
Well, what a blessing to be able to receive kind of that direct access where you can talk right to that pharmacist. So you're not really hearing it third hand. You know, you really. I
try to, you know, get so many different diabetes professionals, whether it be pharmacy or some of our orthotic and laboratory folks that help with the diabetic shoes. The foot doctors here in town are wonderful. I've had so many different physicians come and talk about different services and how that applies to diabetes management and diabetes care. You know, we don't think about oftentimes exercise and activity, but a lot of folks have problems with mobility. And so we will have one of the orthopedic doctors come and talk sometimes about, different types of joint replacements and therapy that they can do to help them get and be more active in their daily life. And so just all kinds of different resources we try to put together for them. And I hope they enjoy. I hope anybody that has been to our diabetic support group enjoys that, because we do try to offer just a variety of different things. And as I tell them, I know they get tired of listening to me talk, so they need a break sometimes.
Yeah, you don't think about it impacting that many different facets of your life, but I guess it would. And
it does.
What a great resource to be able to bring all those things to them. Why don't you tell us a little bit about something I'm really excited about, the healthy cooking?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. We're having our final Taste of Healthy cooking class for the year. Again, we just seem to be wrapping things up this year. I'm so excited.
A busy end of the year for you.
Yes, very much so. And so we started a couple of years ago with some healthy cooking classes where we focus on different topics in each class. And this is going to be just a kind of a potpourri, if you will, of all the different recipes, all the different health and impact of our health that these foods and that nutrition in general has on our health. And so what we decided to do last year was a healthy holidays cooking, where we take traditional and even some new holiday recipes and kind of put a healthy spin on them, so they're not quite as indulgent, and maybe don't make you feel quite as bad the next day after you've eaten all of that, because it really is such a, I think in this country especially, we associate all of our different holidays and our different gatherings with so many foods and dishes, and whether that be a cultural dish or something that you have grown up eating. We have this every year. We have to have that, and I hear that with a lot of my patients all the time. And so the Taste of Healthy Holidays cooking class is going to be on Wednesday, October the 26th, and then we're going to repeat the same class because the October class seems to fill up really quickly the next Wednesday, which is November the 2nd. So it's the same class, and we just need you to call us and sign up, and we'll let you know what space is still available in either class. These classes are offered free of charge. We received some grant funding from the Twin Lakes Community Foundation, and so we don't have a charge for any of this. And the nice thing is we actually have the food that we're talking about and that we're preparing there for everybody to taste and get a sample of, and so they know whether they like that idea or they don't, or maybe they want to try to put another spin on something. That's what healthy cooking is all about, is finding what works for you.
It must be a really popular class if you have to offer it twice.
Yes, we learned that last year.
Did they teach you how to cook a healthy pumpkin pie by any chance?
Well, we have broached the subject of pumpkin pie once or twice.
The staple, really, of Thanksgiving.
It is, and so we have done some things with the sweet potatoes and the sweet potato casseroles. We have not done a lower carb or lower calorie, if you will, pumpkin pie. So we may have to bring that out. We may have to figure that out. And I've always heard Miss Jan say a crustless pie. And so that is something that we could definitely work on over the next few weeks and maybe get that ready for that class.
Right.
And it's such a great, everybody comes in, I think they just realize and feel so relieved to have some help with this time of year. Thanksgiving and Christmas are the two most stressful holidays, I think, for my diabetes patients, because they know there's going to be food. They know there's going to be pressure to eat that food regardless. And there's just so much that goes into the holidays, and there's so many different emotions and different things that people have to deal with. And so we know it's kind of tough, and we want to make sure that folks know that we're there to help them.
Right. Well, it's good to know that you can provide some alternatives to some of that stuff. And,
Yes.
And
yes.
it's got to be really neat too. And that's all done in the kitchen. It has a
Yes, we have we have a great house over at the Diabetes Center. It's much like a residential house. It used to be a residential house. So we have a full kitchen there that we can bake and cook in. And then we also bring out our portable kitchen, which a lot of people have seen. We take that to different events around town, and even into the other areas of Baxter County and Marion County, and even into Izard County sometimes, where we have the tabletop and the mirror so folks can actually watch and see, you know, the hands-on, see what Miss Jan is doing with the utensils and with the cooking. It's almost like a cooking show, like a real live cooking show, and so we really enjoy that. And we always like to showcase that piece as well, because when you have that up front and center kind of front row seat, it makes things a little bit more exciting and definitely gets everybody engaged and ready to learn.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
like our own version of Chopped or
I know,
or
right?
Food Network,
I have
if
my
you will.
own Food Network right there at the Diabetes Center. It's great. And Jan does such a great job. You know, she's our registered dietitian. She's a certified diabetes educator. I can't tell you the amount of credentials she holds for other nutritional, you know, training and helpfulness with our patients. And so I think she just brings a really good, just warm feel to some of these classes, and I know that during the holiday time, all you want to do is just get a hug from your grandma, and it's like Jan is everybody's grandma. You know, she just does such a great job of helping everybody.
Excellent. Well, all this
Yeah.
talk about food's got me hungry, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of Jody Bodenhammer with the Rappel Diabetes Learning Center to talk to us a little bit about Diabetes Month,
Yes, November.
November. We'll be right back.